Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast. This is my review of Once Upon a Time in High School, a South Korean drama from 2004. This is set in 1978. A high school student experiences the hardships involved with friendship, love, and discipline. Now Hyun-soo transfers to a school which is notorious for being one of the worst and most brutal high schools in the country. He is sent to the bottom-ranked class and experiences violence in the classroom by a group of delinquents. Now, the teachers are also depicted as authoritarian and brutal to the students, using discipline as an excuse for brutality, as did, many teachers in the 1970s, at least in South Korea, it seems. One day on the bus, Hyun-soo sets eyes on and falls in love with a girl. Okay, and one day when a group of schoolboys start teasing her on the bus, he takes the opportunity to gain her respect, even though it ignites some major conflict with his senior students. But fortunately, our fine protagonist quickly earns the respect of Woo-sik, a student who doesn't take crap from anyone and can handle himself in fights. So Once Upon a Time in High School, I rewatched this recently, and to me, this feels like a very masculine film, okay, for lack of a better term. You have all of the kinds of male bonding on display that you would expect, going into this. They're going out to nightclubs, hitting on girls, performing reenactments of fight scenes from Bruce Lee movies, getting into fist fights, etc. It immediately establishes conflicts between the protagonist and a flurry of unlikable characters. But it also establishes friendships, and that's the strength of this film, because it spends a lot of time developing the main characters and their relationships, especially the main two characters, which becomes more complicated than you might expect at the start of this movie. I'm avoiding spoilers here, so I'll just say that our two friends have reasons to like each other and reasons to dislike each other. So it creates a situation where you really want these guys to end up as friends, but you're not exactly sure how that's going to turn out. And I want to point this out because at times, this movie looks like it's going to be cliched. Like, it looks like it's going to take the lazy, easy way out of concluding everything and setting the plot lines, but it does not stay that way for very long. In fact, the script keeps the viewer off balance for much of the runtime. And this is most brilliantly showcased during the final 30 or so minutes, which are particularly excellent, I believe, because that section of the film really kind of cashes in on all of the development that came before it. You get to know this guy's way of acting in the face of conflict, and it all comes to a boil, later on. It certainly did not end the way that I thought it would from the start of the film, and that is wonderfully satisfying stuff. When you see a lot of movies and you can kind of predict where they're going, this one I don't know if you could. It is a dramatically impactful film that has a very strong kind of coming-of-age feel to it. So if you like coming-of-age films, this is a good one to check out. Don't let the macho bravada exterior of this film kind of draw you away from the emotional depth that lies within it, because it does have some emotional depth. But I do wonder, or at least I did wonder, if male and female viewers would come away with completely different opinions about this movie. As I said before, this does feel like a very masculine film, which may not matter at all because there are plenty of female-centric movies that I personally love. But I do wonder if some ladies watch this, just kind of shake their heads and say to themselves, yeah, that one was for the guys, you know what I mean? So what I did was I checked IMDb, the rating data, okay, for this movie, and this is what I found. 1,604 men gave it an average rating of a 7.6 out of 10. Only 162 women voted for this movie, but gave it an average rating of a 7.2 out of 10. So that's pretty consistent. Obviously, the huge discrepancy in the number of votes at least leads one to believe that men are generally attracted to watch the movie more than women, but I found the fairly close ratings pretty interesting. So there might be something here for everybody, is basically what I'm saying. The lead actor here is Sang-woo Kwon, who, his filmography is not quite as impressive as I was expecting when I looked at it this week. He's been hit or miss in terms of picking good projects. But I will say that he recently starred in the film Accidental Detective from 2015 that was surprisingly fun. I might review that one on this channel. The other main actor here is Jung-jin Lee, who also has a spotty filmography. However, in 2012, he starred in the film titled Pita. I think that's what it's called. It's P-I-E-T-A. I think it's called Pita, which is one of Kim Ki-duk's recent good films. The director of this film, Once Upon a Time in High School, is Hyun-soo, who has a fairly small but impressive filmography. My personal favorites of his films are this film, A Dirty Carnival, and Gangnam Blues. So this movie is not widely available on DVD, unfortunately. However, you can find some Region 3 versions with English subtitles floating around on like eBay and other websites. So I definitely recommend this film. It's a very good coming-of-age story. And as always, we will see you next time.